And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How are you guys doing? You know, your girl really been putting a lot of effort into doing videos with makeup and the right lightings and all that other good stuff. And you guys seem to really enjoy those videos, so they will keep coming. But today, if we're being quite honest, I'm in bed. Today was my first day off from work in a while. I had to go run errands all day long. I got my taxes done. I went to the grocery store. You guys know who shop at Walmart how stressful going to Walmart can be. So we got those things accomplished, and now we're back at the house. I took a nap. I'm still in bed, and I wanted to record a video, but I just didn't feel like putting on makeup. I didn't feel like trying to get my cell phone to do the lighting thing. So forgive this video, but you know, some of y'all like these raw type of videos too. So let's do it. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, Simone Biles doing a double pike on vault, which is beyond incredible. Even though it was in a pit, even though she landed it on a soft surface, the thing is, if you watch the vault, her block was high enough. She was high as F in the air. When she landed, she over rotated the vault, so she was already landing backwards towards her back. She landed the vault on her back, which means she clearly has enough power to do it on a hard surface. The fact that she totally skipped the tuck position and is doing it in the pike position, which is insane. Like, a girl has never even done that vault in a tuck position, even in a pit. I've seen videos of Osana Chusavitna, I think, planning on trying to do the Sukahara version of that vault in tuck position. Well, I don't know. I've seen videos of her doing it and doing it on a like high mat and doing like a one flip on the high mat. So I'm not sure if that's her training the Suk double twist again, or if her trying the Sukahara version of the double back. But either way, Simone has shaken the internet. Like Michaela Loves Gymnastics, Simone has us gym fans shook right now. Like, we thought the double twist and double back off a beam were something. We thought the triple twist and double tuck is still, like, it's men's gymnastics. And so is this vault. This is a vault that is typical, not even typical, a hard vault for men to do. Like, there's not even a lot of men gymnasts who can do this vault. So if Simone was to pull this off, this truly would be one of the most incredible pieces of female gymnastics ever, because it's such a hard vault. Shalisa Jones released some training videos of her doing a harder bar routine and her doing a Chusavitna, which is a full twist and double layout on floor, which is incredible, and it just shoots her chances up to trying to make the Olympic team, trying to make some of these international assignments. Like, you go, girl. You go, girl. And Grace Jones, Lord, Grace McCullum has entered the Moores Club, and I think she's gonna try to do a double twist and double layout on floor. Which, if she wants to make floor finals, I mean, I don't think she would need to do a double twist and double layout. I think she would need to do a Chutso, which is a full twist and double layout on top of her Syllabi, which is just a double twist and double tuck. But yay, Grace. Yay, all these girls. My only issue with Grace is Grace McCullum is good for putting out Instagram videos of her doing hard upgrades and never competing those upgrades. i.e. the double twist and double back off of bars, which we've never seen yet. So we have to watch out and see which upgrades are actually truly gonna happen. So the main topic of this video today is, should the girls be allowed to get paid for their talent? And why is it that the coaches can get paid for the girls' talents? Clearly USA Gymnastics is making money off of the girls' talents, but the girls aren't getting paid for their own talent. In Europe, a lot of the European girls and a lot of the, I'm not sure about the Asian girls, but I know a lot of the European girls do make a living from competing. That's why they compete in so many competitions, because if they win, they get a certain amount of money. And they're able to feed their families. They're able to move, especially when the Romanians was dominant. The Romanian government would give the girls a lot for winning competitions and Olympic medals and so on and so forth. So, with Maggie Haney basically not being allowed to be a coach in gymnastics. Well, I'm not sure if she's not allowed to be a coach. She's just not allowed to coach minors and be around minors, which basically, for most girls, exit her out of coaches. I don't know what's going to happen to Riley. I think Riley might be 17 or 18 now, so it may not affect her. But it's a couple of girls, and even Lori Hernandez testified against Maggie Haney and the way she treated her, especially when she was first trying. I guess that's part of the reason why it took Lori so long to make her comeback, because when she first was trying to come back, she was trying to come back with her old coaches, and her old coach Maggie Haney was being really a nasty little B to her. So I guess part of the reason what hindered Lori Hernandez and her comeback was that she needed to find coaches that were going to respect and understand her body, especially her more older, more mature body. Like, let's be honest, Lori Hernandez got some big boobs, and I know in gymnastics one of the thoughts is, if you have big boobs, then you can't have balance, which means you can't compete. So I don't know what Maggie was trying to do to Lori, but I wish more gymnasts would speak out about these awful coaches and get rid of them out of the system. Um, and it's just sad that, what I keep saying, this is our fault as fans. And one of the repercussions, one of the things that I think we can do to make it better for the girls is, if the girls, when they do compete in international assignments, when they do compete in these World Cups, when they do compete in these championships, that they were able to get paid for it, just like the coaches get paid, because that's why the coaches are, that's, in my opinion, this is part of the reason why the coaches are such a-holes to the girls. Is because the girls are the coaches' bread and butter. That's how the coaches make their money. But at the end of the day, what coach and what other sport makes more money than the actual athlete, right? That's some NCAA type stuff, and you see what they're doing with the NCAA. And the issue is with the girls, especially with the elite girls, is that your elite career starts so early. Most girls' elite career, even as a junior, starts at about 13 years old, and it goes until you're about 17 or 18, then you go to college, right? And even the college girls, they're not allowed to get paid. Maggie, Kyla, all of this promotion of the NCAAs, they're not making money. Their actual schools are making money. You're not allowed to make money until like now Caitlin Ohashi is making money from the sport. But at this point, Caitlin Ohashi isn't doing the hardest things that she can possibly do. She's making money doing these pro-am competitions, doing really, really, really basic gymnastics. But if Caitlin Ohashi was allowed to get paid and allowed to make money when she was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, imagine how much money she would have now. Imagine, um, I wouldn't say she wouldn't mind getting hurt, but if you would have the money to pay for those injuries and to get recovery and stuff like that, and not relying on USA Gymnastics or your college to pay for it, but you can pay for the doctors that you want to go to. You can afford to pay to get the nutritionist that you want to go to help maintain your weight. Imagine how the sport would be different for the girls. I think the girls would be a lot happier. I think it would be a lot less cattiness because the girls would have power over the coaches because at the end of the day, let's be honest, the girls are paying the coaches to train them. The girls' families are paying for these coaches. I'm sure USA Gymnastics helps out a little bit, but at the end of the day, the girls and their families are paying for these coaches. So it makes no sense to me that the coaches who are getting paid for by the girls' families could be like that towards the girls. And the reason why this isn't an issue with the men's side of the sport or rhythmic gymnastics is because, let's be honest, in America, I'm saying in America now, in America, men's gymnastics just isn't that popular, and rhythmic gymnastics definitely isn't that popular. Neither is like trampoline or tumbling. Tumbling could be popular, but it's just not that popular right now. So, yeah, at the end of the day, the girls should be allowed to get paid. And then if you are a girl and you do choose to get paid, you can't compete in college, which is messed up because college is supposed to be for the girls' second half of their career. That's almost like the professional side of the sport. Like elite gymnastics is amateur gymnastics, and college, the way it's just the system is set up, is almost like the professional side of the sport. It's less difficulty, it's less chances of getting hurt. You don't need to do a shoot slow first pass, a Silvage second pass, a layout front double twist punch front last pass, and a triple twist to end. In college gymnastics, you can open with a double pack, do a 1.5 front layout, and end with a double tuck, and still get a 10.0 start value. The only event where, and it's vault. Like vault is a hard event either way. Like it's just the pounding and stuff. But learning the 1.5 or all the other vaults that's worth a 10.0, vault is the biggest chance of injury. But you can get injured on a simple. I think Nastia did an interview one day and said she broke her toe doing a full turn on beam one day because her toe got caught in the beam. So you could injure yourself anyway. It's just I think it's less of a chance of injury because you're doing less difficulty in college. Plus, you don't train 8 hours a day in college. You train about 4 hours a day. So, and college have, their own coaches, their own nutritionists, things of that nature. So, I do think the girls should be allowed to collect money and still compete in college if they choose to. If Simone Biles right now wanted to go to college after the 2020 Olympic Games, that should be her choice, right? She should be allowed to compete for a college team. And I'm sure most college teams would give Simone the world to compete for them. Ali Raisman, if she wanted to compete in college, she should be able to. Gabby Douglas, if she wanted to compete in college, she should be able to. Michaela Skinner should be able to make money right now as an elite gymnast and still be able to finish her last year at the University of Utah whenever she chooses to. So on and so forth. Trinity Thomas, all these girls. Morgan Hurd, Riley McCusker, Aaliyah Finnegan, all of these girls should be able to make money from their college teams. Should be making money prior to being able to go to college. That's what I'm trying to say, you guys. Forgive me. Right now, college gymnastics is hot. Right now, college gymnastics is better than some international competitions. So when a girl is in elite, and even when a girl is in college, the college team should be paying these girls. The college team, especially like teams like um, Florida, OU, like these big names teams who recruit these big name gymnasts and get these huge crowds. They should be paying the girls. Like these girls should be making money. It just makes no sense. Like it's not like the NFL where the older you get, the better you get in the sport. So I mean, even to be honest with you, even with these, when the NFL and the NBA and these college teams, they should be paying those guys and girls, especially like coming up to the Final Four, March Madness, or whatever it is. Like those basketball players should be getting paid, boys and girls, because they make lots of money for the schools. So imagine if you were like a school like the Florida Gators, right? You have one of the top level college basketball teams. You have one of the top level college football teams. Now you have one of the top level college gymnastics teams, and the school is making all of this money off of all of these sports programs. Yet the athletes get nothing but a free education, which a lot of the times the athletes can't even really get an education because they're so busy training and getting ready for the sports season. You think these girls right now, while we're in college gymnastics season, are really paying attention in class like that? Like, no, they're focused on gymnastics. So why shouldn't they get paid for their talent? It's nonsensical. Um, OU is in the same position. They have one of the top basketball teams. They have one of the top football teams, and now they have the top gymnastics teams. All of these programs should be making money. Um, and I think Florida Gator have one of the top NCAA baseball teams too. I don't follow none of them sports like that. These coaches, especially on the elite level, need to really calm down. Like, it's no reason to starve girls. You know, this is 2020. We all know that, especially for the amount of energy they put out into the sports, they need to eat. They need to, their bodies, their muscles need to recuperate. Um, Look at Simone. Simone isn't I mean, she's a little girl. Don't get me wrong. She's a small person, but for gymnastics standards, she's very buff. She's very strong. She's built, you know, like a brick. Like she's just all muscle. Um, she wouldn't be that body type if they starved her and wouldn't allow her muscles to um flourish at their full power, right? And we also need to remember this is not the 10.0 system. You need to be able, you need, your muscles and body need to be strong enough to do the hard skills. And I just don't get a lot of these coaches. Like, are you guys jealous that these young ladies get all the attention and you're in the, I just don't get it. I just don't. I just never thought, you know, before I joined the gym tonight, follow your girl on Twitter at Loves Gymnastics. Follow your girl on Instagram at Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Shoot your girl some $20 on a cash app at money sign Michaela 813. MAKAY 813. Before I joined social media and really start following gymnastics like that on social media, I just never knew. Like, I thought Mary Lee Tracy and Kelly Hill was the gold standard of coaching, but they're no different. They just, you know, their gymnasts just like them more. Even Dominique Dawes is talking about, and she had Kelly Hill about being trained to death and being abused and yelled at, and like it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And if we want to have a top gymnastics team, we have to treat the girls better. We can't force. And you know what? Guess what? It's gonna be some girls like Caitlin Ohashi who has the talent to be an Olympic champion, who just don't want it. And we can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. If your whole goal, look at Alice McMurtry. Alice McMurtry had the talent to be a great world and Olympic champion. She just didn't want it for it. She just did not want that the pressure of being small. So she went to college and had a fantastic college career. Donnie Thompson is another one. We just can't want it more than the girls want it, even if they have the talent. If they all they want is to do college, let the girls do college. And let some girls who do want to be an Olympian, who do want to be a world champion, do that. But we can't force the girls into doing stuff that they don't want. So, at the end of the day, run these girls their money and let's get it. Thank you for watching another edition of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. I'll see you real soon.